Going to the Zoom call. Hello, Grace. Ready? Um, unmute yourself, please. Hello. Yes. How old are you?
I am 33.
All right. So, what did I get wrong?
You know, I totally agree with everything you say, all of your content. I will challenge this though. I will challenge you to say that perhaps you aren't saying everything because if you do, you'll be demonized for it. And
What do
I'm
you mean?
saying that to say that as a single mother, and I'm a single mother of two children, but I feel like we technically have a home court advantage.
I'm not.
Meaning,
I'm not saying everything. Is that what you're saying?
I believe you're not saying everything because as a single mother, we have a home court advantage,
Is that
meaning that um, we should be learning patience. We should be learning how to cultivate a great household for our children. We already should come equipped with everything that we need. So I feel like we should technically have an advantage
okay?
that
Then why
a
don't?
woman that is single does not, I mean, that is single with
So
no children
so
technically
so.
does not have.
I agree. So why don't more women with children have your mindset, or in more have what you're talking about, or even have your mindset?
I feel like, as I've learned, it's more like the behavior will stop when it no longer serves you. And I feel that they will stop that behavior once it no longer serves them. I feel like saying that
Okay.
you're,
Okay. Let
go
me.
ahead,
I like to keep things tight.
go
Uh
ahead.
you have two children.
I do.
Have you been married?
No,
Why aren't you married?
I'm not married because I have not chosen to be married in my lifetime. However, marriage is something that I know for a fact that
What do you
I
mean
could
you
be
haven't
married.
chose? What do you mean you haven't chosen to be married?
I haven't chosen to be married because it was not something that I was interested in for quite a while.
Has someone proposed to you?
Yes,
How many times have you been engaged? Have you been
I've
engaged
been yes, I've been engaged once.
to the person who you have your children?
No,
Okay. Was it after you had your children?
this was after I had my first child.
So your children are by different fathers?
Yes, my children are 16 and 4. So they are by
Whoa,
two
whoa, whoa,
different
whoa,
fathers.
whoa, whoa,
Yes,
whoa, whoa,
12-year
whoa.
difference.
So see, so I'm gonna push back on you.
Go
You
ahead.
you're saying that what women need to do, but as a woman who came in saying the kind of things you're saying, the women are gonna say, then why can't you get it together?
Women will more than likely say that. However, I don't feel that I don't necessarily have it together. I feel that I'm at a point where I've been healing myself and
Do
I've
you have
been
a
doing a
son?
lot
Do
of
you have a
self
son?
work. I have
Do you have a?
two sons.
Are they involved with their fathers?
My youngest is involved with his father, yes,
But the oldest isn't.
but the oldest is not, which is none of my doing. I try to uh, foster that relationship, and
So
he
I
blew
got to
it.
ask I got to ask the elephant in the
Go
room.
ahead.
If you say marriage is nothing you've ever been interested in, then why are you a mother twice?
That's a very good question.
And yeah, it is, and
So,
that's what the question guys want me to ask. Because y'all come in here capping. I'm this and I'm that, and I'm not choosing to be married. I'm like, well then, but you chose to bring two lives into the world without choosing to not be married, knowing that puts children at a statistical disadvantage, and y'all proudly do this shit.
so what I will say is my first child I had at an earlier age. My last child that I had, who is 4, that relationship ended
But you
abruptly in an assault. So that was
and
not
in an
technical
assault.
of me, where I almost, yes, where I almost lost my child. So that's why the
Okay,
relationship
all
ended.
right,
But it was, mhm.
but you weren't married before. any of this stuff.
No, 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 no.
So even if we give you the first kid was young,
Mhm.
you waited 12 more years and then you did the same thing unmarried.
I
Why?
did not want to be married. I really
Why?
did not.
Why? 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 Please help us make sense of this because we don't. I can't understand. Men don't understand why y'all choose to be single mothers.
I'm I'm very big on self responsibility and accountability. So I would want to say that it was based on the way that I was brought up, but I will not use that excuse. I will actually say that that was not my mindset at that time because I just thought that we can have a great relationship, have a child, and then all of
Did you
the
go to
other.
college?
I did.
Did you graduate?
I did.
Ma'am, you know this is backwards as all get out and go. We try to make sense out of chaos. A college educated black woman is sitting here saying that I didn't want to get married. And I don't, men just really don't understand. Y'all say this stuff like it's supposed to make sense. And just because y'all use a bunch of words,
Okay, so what I'll just honestly say to you is that at that time I was not in a space where I had been um, cultivating myself, working on myself,
then why make a
and
baby?
very
You can
great
have
question.
sex. You can have sex, but why the baby?
I at that time, to just be honest with you, the person that I was dealing with, which is my child's father, he was he was really really great, and
He
I
wasn't your
want
husband. These are just words. You know how babies are made. You were
he was
27
not, but
years.
I did want to have a child. I
Why?
wanted
But
to have a child with him. I
you did
did.
this purposely.
I'm just being told it. Yes,
I
I
know,
did.
and we're trying.
Yes,
And
yes. I
okay,
went to him and
so
asked him if we can have
so
a
so
child,
if you
and we
want to get
decided to
married
do
in the
that.
future, so if you want to get married in the future, you're looking for a stepfather who's going to accept that you were a young mother and then you chose to have a child purposefully. See, this is
Mhm.
why the reason you this is why the reason your relationships don't work out don't matter to men. This is why because it's like, well, you've chosen this path, and if somebody comes along, they gotta. Okay,
I
I
wouldn't
don't.
say that my relationships. I
Go
would
ahead.
not say that my relationships don't. I let me change that first. I wouldn't say that I am in question as to, oh my gosh, why don't these relationships work out? Or, oh my gosh, why
Then why
can't
don't they
I
work
find
out?
this particular
Why don't
caliber
they work
man?
out?
Um, I would say that they don't work out because oftentimes I don't want them to progress. Um,
Why?
I just really don't.
Why?
I would say more than likely just what would I say that I would not why they do not work out? If I could just give you just a straight answer.
Yes.
Because it's my doing. It's my doing. I have found things and it may be like a self-sabotage type of
Have you had
situation.
therapy?
I have been through therapy and I am currently in therapy. I am currently working on myself. I've done a lot of work on myself that I had not done 4 years ago. Um, yeah, I've done a lot of work that I
Okay.
had not
Okay.
done 4 years ago.
All right. So this is why it's hard for women to listen to women like you talk. You come in talking like what women should do and should do this and should do that, and I hear your spirit, but then we start getting into this the selfishness of living your situation, and it totally undercuts everything you're saying, and it makes no sense to men. So do you think that there will be a point in the future where you will ever be a suitable candidate to be a wife of a man of value? He doesn't have to be high value, just a productive, competitive man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I definitely feel that. Just just alone, all the work that I've done. on myself, all the work I've done on myself, all of the work that I've done with my children, to build my children up, um, to create a home, to create a lifestyle. I feel that I definitely have a lot to offer, and I've
What do you
been
have to offer to a man? What do you have to offer?
I have I have quite a bit. I'm kind. I am um I'm very conscious. I take responsibility of
Whoa,
my
whoa, 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 whoa. I challenge that one, man. I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
tell me how.
Go listen to your call. I'm going to need you ladies to not come in talking about what women should do. Stick to yourself because it's the only thing you can really talk about. I'm really trying to understand, and I'm going to look in the comments. I see everybody in the comment section. I see everybody in the call queue, and we're going to get there. But I'm really trying to understand, and I'm going to look at some of the ladies. Did anybody understand? Was I'm trying to understand why she? I don't think women really get that level of selfishness is unattractive. I just And the answer is women like her can go make babies because there's no consequence. There's no public shame. There's no nothing. She can go have children and then think that she can still be ready to ready for a man who's out here doing what he needs to do. And that's what my critics and detractors need to understand. The women y'all are asking men to go marry are incredibly selfish. For the most part, they are usually very selfish. So this is for critics and detractors. So if you have, so are either one of you are, if you're a critic or detractor, Tia, are you a critic or a detractor? Yes or no? Are you a critic? Nod your head yes or if, yes if you're a critic or no if you're not. In the Zoom call, are you a critic or a detractor? Okay. If you're a critic or a detractor, raise your hand. In the Zoom call, if you're a critic or detractor, raise your hand. I'm not talking to the people who agree. I'm only dealing with the people who are critics or detractors. I'm really sitting here struggling. I'm like, am I missing something? If you're a critic or detractor, there's a sign there, there's a button there that says raise your hand. See, I think that many women think because they have kids and they've learned how to deal with their kids and their kids aren't bad kids, that they think their kids are no big deal. Um, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Go ahead.
Are you
Hello.
speaking to me?
Yeah.
Hi,
What's
Miss.
your first name?
My name is C.
All right. Are you a critic?
Yeah, I'm a critic.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. And what's the issue?
Well, I think we could discuss the last caller, or even my
Yeah,
own
let's do.
personal.
I know. We only want to discuss stuff pertaining to you first.
Okay, then we'll take my experience. I am a single mother. I have a
What's the?
9 month old.
Can we do this before? What's the criticism?
The criticism is that your speech regarding marriage and single mothers, I don't hear much of the spiritual experience involved in why certain individuals choose to have children out of marriage, and that there's a spiritual soul contract.
No, no, I'm not doing that. No, no, stop that right there.
Okay.
Man, that may be your specific way of going through life, hovering on the feather. I'm talking to the majority of the people out here. I don't know. Y'all expect people to have these tangential conversations about these nuanced niche ways of thinking. I'm talking about a community. I'm talking about a large group. 80% of the children in our community are born out of wedlock, and it's not for spiritual reasons.
Well, maybe on the surface, it doesn't look spiritual, but all of life is a projection
Jesus
of
H.
what's going on
Oh my
internally
God! And
as
did
you.
you have a physical man that you made it with?
Yes, I did.
And why
He
didn't you
was my
marry
mate.
him? And why didn't you marry him?
I would have wanted to. I would have, but
No, why didn't you
honestly,
marry him before you made a baby?
because again, we had an agreement that
I re-
my process to have a
I'll
child
make you famous.
was to grow spiritually. And so that is why there was no conversation about getting
I
married.
rebuke.
But I
So
want
so
I
understand something. That's your problem. Why should a man come marry you now?
well, if 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 that person is looking for someone to grow with
No, no.
and
They're looking for a wife. They're not looking for an angel or ethereal being. I need you to come back to
but
earth
well,
and
I
deal with
mean
what
you
most people are dealing with. Because unfortunately, ma'am, we can talk this spiritual stuff, but relationships are a natural choice. And I'm sorry, and I mean no disrespect. Are you independently rich or wealthy?
not in terms of how we define rich
All
and
right, I
wealthy.
don't have time for these nuance, these spiritual conversations. I deal with people who have to have real world problems and pay. And you go right ahead. You float off into the universe somewhere.
Well, what I would just
No,
ask
no,
is that
no, 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 no. Bye bye. No, thank you. Appreciate it. That's somebody's mama, y'all. Moonbeam stargaze. Wouldn't it be nice if we had start having like a license? Imagine if you had to fill out a driver's license or something like that before you had a kid. Moonbeam stargaze. Love children went out in the 60s. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
38.
Mm-hmm. And are you a critic or a detractor?
Not really. I'm just, I was a single mother and
Uh-huh.
now I'm married. So I
Uh-huh.
I got kind of like both ends of the spectrum, so to speak.
Okay. You're married now?
Yeah. So when I got married, I had how do you say? I had two boys. So one was like I think he was like 7, and I think another one was 5. And I just had to like really I just really had to just tell myself, like, I'm not gonna go for the craziness anymore. I mean, it was really crazy.
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound. I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
Flash.
Hear my womanly roar! Yeah! I'm here.
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich. Did I not make myself clear?
Modern women, everybody.
Guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. More respect on Kevin Samuels, the legend. I mean, dude is fantastic. His analysis is always spot on, and the way he exposes modern women is something that people don't pay attention to. But I think, he was just up there, and I think there's a reason why people call him the GOAT. There is a reason why people call him the Godfather, and this video has proven it in several ways. Right now, let's talk of the three ladies that came into the conversation, right? Let's have a conversation of what is expected of everyone that is calling in here is if you don't have disagreement, do not call in or do not press the button to just get into the conversation. But the reality is most of these women they just come in to just give a monologue, and you listen to the last lady and you realize that that's just what it's all about. Let me just come in and just have my way through. Let me just say whatever I want to say and keep it moving. And that is why he muted her, and she wasn't even aware of what was happening. And it's more to me like most of the time when they come into these conversations and into these red pill spaces, they are mostly drunk oftentimes. That is what I often perceive anytime watching these women. Because tell me how you are able to have a conversation with someone and the person muted you playing all these kind of sounds from his soundboard and you were not aware of what was going on. It's just kind of troubling and alarming to me. And this is the reason why black men are choosing to just be alone, because this is chaos. See, the soundboards and all those sounds, and she's still talking. So imagine having a conversation with this lady one on one, and this is not even disagreement. She's not even disagreeing, and this is how ratchet they can get. This is how ghetto they can get. So imagine you having some kind of disagreement or just um debate with her. It's just going to go wild. Now, talk of the lady that spoke about spirituality and how people have babies and it links to spirituality and all these things. You slept with a physical man and you got a baby, and you are now linking it to spirituality. This is you just trying to dodge accountability of, oh, I made the decision to just become pregnant, and so should I face the consequences that comes with it? And it's just always troubling. It's just troubling. How do you made with? Why didn't you made with Andrew Gabriel or something like that? Why didn't you have a baby with Andrew Gabriel? Have a baby with a physical man and saying, "Oh, we did not have a conversation of getting married." You know, all these women often think that they're just special and the rules doesn't apply to them, and they can just always do whatever they want to do and just get out of it, and it's not happening. Now, talk to me about someone that wanna talk herself into reality, right? This lady said having two babies. I mean, it should make you more appealing in the eyes of, in the eyes of men. Means you should be having some advantage over women that haven't reproduced before because they've been with a man and they've reproduced before, so they understand what it takes to take care of a man. I mean, these women. I mean, when they talk, do they listen to themselves talk at all? Men were what we want for a reason, and you cannot change that. But they always want to just talk themselves into, reality. Let me just create my own reality and fit myself in there. And that is just what we've observed in this video. This lady wanted her to fit into, talk herself into fitting into what men really desire, and it's just not going to happen. And these women, they are not dumb. Actually, I'll go ahead to say they're very smart, right? And that is why they come into this conversation with this agenda pushing talking points. You know, they try to convince men into wanting what they want, right? I mean, you understand that men don't want women that have reproduced before, yes? But okay, let me just try to make it look like, no, if you are not going for a woman that has reproduced, you are living something great behind. No. I mean, men will always want what we want. And there is no way, this is biology. Women, if they have the chance to argue with nature, you best believe that they're going to do it, because if this is who men are, you basically just saying, oh, man, you have to start to change because, I'm a single mom. I've been around a man and I understand how men move. And so you should be wanting me more. No. If it was to be a man that was saying, oh, women have to understand that broke men understand how women move and all that, and with that they have some advantage. They understand how women move, and so women should be wanted. It will be going crazy, right? I mean, come on, guys. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like and share the video. It's that interesting. I mean, there is so much that is unpacked, that has been unpacked in this video, and it's just crazy. Catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.